Greetings, Rovers. Time and time again, I've been asked on how exactly the co-op system works in Wuthering Waves, and I've been unable to find a ton of correct information on this in one spot, so I've sank my teeth into doing a ton of comprehensive research so you know the expectations when it comes to playing with your friends in Wuthering Waves as soon as possible. Got no friends? You got social anxiety? Come on by my Discord, where we have a ton of people interested in grouping up and echo hunting together. I'm also running a 15 Battle Pass giveaway over there for the release. We've got a ton of people from every region and every server, which means you're basically guaranteed to find someone to play with. Alright, so before we get into it, please note, all of this information is based on the closed beta test. Gameplay features are subject to change and release on 5/22, so be warned and don't come yelling at me if everything isn't exactly what I said in this video. First and foremost, the co-op system is limited to 3 players, which means you and 2 other friends can explore the landscape of Sol 3 together. Co-op is unlocked at account level 25, which to those who wanted to immediately get into grouping with their friends for shenanigans, sorry, but it'll have to wait. Getting to level 25 will require a significant chunk of playtime, depending on how fast you level up. Upon reaching level 25, you can open your world to strangers, either by forcing them to apply, in which you can pick and choose who is able to enter your world, and the other option, open world, which means anyone at any time can simply join your game. I would highly recommend leaving the open world option off, as you do not want randoms coming into your game, killing your echoes, or mining your ores. Again, as they do not respawn for a 24-hour period. If you are absurdly lazy though, you could technically leave your game open overnight, hope people will join in your game, and hunt the echoes within your world, and then zoom around the map collecting all the monsters they defeated. So the main issue with this though is you won't know exactly what monsters they defeated, but obviously you can go around and check common hunting zones or the important echo spots would be a good first step. I wouldn't recommend doing this as it'll steal some of your enjoyment away from the game, but it's an idea for the true sweats that want to min-max everything and potentially spend their time doing other things. There is also an option to let only your friends join your world without applying. This one all really just depends on the type of people that you associate with on your friends list. If you are constantly friending and playing with randoms, this could be a death sentence, so choose wisely. Another reminder, the monsters and ores within all worlds reset on a daily timer. This means that if you kill your monsters, they will not respawn until the daily reset. The daily reset timer may vary from region to region and was differing from closed beta test 1 to closed beta test 2, so I will not be speculating on the time. For my US players though, other gacha games generally reset around the midnight to 3 AM time frame based on my experience. Alright, so as I mentioned earlier, everyone does get their own drops of loot and echoes from anywhere on the map when it comes to killing monsters. You could literally be on a different side of the map, have your friend kill a monster, and whatever you happen to find yourself where they killed it, the echo will still be waiting to be captured and the loot will be waiting to be plundered. Keep in mind though, I have a sneaking suspicion if you end up disconnecting for any reason, the loot that's left on the ground more than likely won't be there when you log back in. So keep this in mind when you are letting your friends sort of explore around the map and do whatever they want. Just don't log off or disconnect for any reason, as you could potentially lose out on those drops. Keep in mind that when you do join a multiplayer game, you will be locked to only using one specific character at a time, and that will apply to your friends as well. Can't say for sure though, and that's just pure speculation, so keep that in mind. Co-op will be incredibly important for echo shiny hunting, as whenever you come across a shiny, you can simply invite your friends into the world, and you can immediately share that experience with them. This will make communities such as my Discord absurdly helpful in filling out your shiny Pokedex. I mean the databank. Keep in mind though, that as of the closed beta test 2, shinies are simply cosmetic. They do not give you any additional stat bonuses, they do not alter your gameplay in any sort of way, they are just a shiny variant and give nothing else. This is just pure speculation again on my part, but I do foresee Kuro potentially giving shiny hunting a real meaning, by either giving it some sort of increased stats or unique effects, things like that. We'll just have to wait and see, and I may just be huffing on pure copium at that point, but it would be neat for Kuro to do something like that. Are you worried about your friend's level messing up your world difficulty or scaling? Fear not, as all monsters and loot are adjusted to the individual player, meaning let's say you were on world level 25 and your world level 50 friend joins your game. All of the monsters on your end will continue to have the difficulty of world level 25, including drops. Meanwhile, your level 50 friend will experience the monsters on their end as world level 50, meaning increased drops in experience and difficulty for them. So you don't need to worry about your sweaty friends ruining your gameplay experience just for simply joining your world. With this in mind, it means you can infinitely farm echoes, which can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how you look at this. While I generally think it is more of a positive thing considering this is a purely single player focused game, and I find that funny considering this is a video on co-op, but what I mean is as an other player's progress realistically has no impact on your own personal enjoyment of the game overall. If people want to spend 20 hours a day grinding out the perfect echoes for the perfect subsets, more power to them. Don't focus on the 1% of the game, focus on your own personal journey and enjoyment. As for content, you can participate together in everything Wuthering has to offer, except the Tower of Adversity and hologram battles. Although you can group up to do the open world bosses, which during the CBT, aggro seemed to be completely random, although it seems to prioritize the person who it was closest to on spawn. But with that being said, you will be able to participate with your friends for challenges, or domains if you're familiar with Genshin. I am unable to verify if friends who have joined your world will need the stamina requirements to do these alongside you, but if I had to guess, I would assume so. Else there is a massive loophole involved that Kuro may need to fix, because you'll be able to just join your friends that have stamina and tag along and get rewards into the challenges, which would be a huge problem. As you explore together, other people cannot access your chests or puzzles, but they will be able to see them as incomplete and be able to point them out to you. That way, in case you missed anything on your travels, they can just point it out to you. Call you an idiot, you can go get it done. At least that's what my friends do.
Shinya, I mean this genuinely. Do not get hit, because if you get hit in this game, you're fucking garbage. You're terrible. Get better at the game. Shinya, be a bitch if he ever uses a healer from here until the end of time. If he heals, he is a bitch.
Is that a form of love?
Yeah.
I don't know. On a much less serious note, using the camera feature in-game, you will be able to capture some hilarious or heartwarming moments with your teammates. Did you find a pretty spot with an amazing background view? Or did your friend just get absolutely obliterated by Crownless? You'll be able to capture these moments. Alright, to wrap it up, I personally think the co-op experience in Wuthering Waves is actually the true endgame. With such a huge emphasis on echo farming in the game, being able to freely jump between your friends' worlds and farm together puts such a significant emphasis on the multiplayer aspect of this game, as you will technically always have something to strive for, as you could just endlessly farm, and you don't have to wait every day for your world to reset to continue farming. With that being said though, please play responsibly. The game isn't going anywhere, and don't burn yourself out of the game by spending 20 hours a day echo farming. Remember, this is a live service game where we will constantly receive updates, new echoes, new resonators, new weapons. It'll be constantly changing, so that echo you spent 60 hours farming could be power crept next month or next week. You'll never know. I appreciate you guys sticking through to the end. Please consider joining my Discord for an awesome community, echo farming, and a ton of giveaways. Smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you over on my Twitch on May 22nd for a 24-hour live stream of Wuthering Waves. Alright, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.